Well, looks like it's officially the end of that.
I think I can safely say that this is a failure. As you can see, Loft 1 is a fail. The storms had nothing to do with it. Luckily my birds weren't in it, but that thing got ripped to shreds. So I'm gonna scrap that, turn that into a chicken coop, and try again for a simpler design. This is attempt number 2 at building a loft from scrap wood. Loft. Unfortunately, it's getting a little late and there's a UFC fight coming on in an hour. So I want to catch the prelims and I still got to go buy some beer. So for the time being, I was able to pick out a cool spot and I gathered some materials, but I'm going to have to finish this tomorrow. So right here, I really like wide open space. It's flat. I'm gonna remove these trees here because they're all gnarled up anyway, and you're not supposed to have trees that close to your property in this county because of the fire risk. So I'll be getting rid of those. And then we've got this whole area here to work with. And I found a lot more materials. So should be able to come up with something nice. Alright, so I figure I'm going to use these big pressure treated 4x4s for the base because I don't have stone, and I learned my lesson from the last time. The gophers are vicious out here and they'll pretty much flip your stuff. So I don't really know what I'm going to do at this point. I'm kind of just going to Tetris it and put things where I think they should go and see how it works out. Sorry about that, memory card ran out of space. So while you were gone, I decided I'm going to make this a young bird loft because just with the materials available to me, I feel like it's more appropriate. So I'm going to take this old rabbit tractor that my mom threw together when we were first here because the rabbits kept escaping. It's a monster. It weighs quite a bit. So I'm going to try to jimmy that on to the front there, and then I'll make improvements to it once it's there, but I want to see if it's going to work first. So far so good. It's starting to come together. So far so good. Starting to come together. Looking like kind of like I imagined it. A little ugly, but ugly doesn't matter. It's just got to work. I just need to take care of a few more things, like the door. That's pretty ratchet. The flooring, and kind of protect the back wall from poop and stuff. Other than that, yeah, we're looking good. Should be able to finish by tomorrow. But it's getting late, so I'm gonna head in and take care of some other stuff. See you tomorrow. Oops. Alright, so it's coming along pretty good. One problem did come up overnight though. This part of my gutter is leaking and I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to check it out and maybe look up a YouTube video because gutters are not my thing. But I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I've put this little piece of roofing that I had left over that should do the trick for keeping it dry. Alright. So when I was lining up the structure, making everything was all plumbed, I noticed that one of my boards in the back is way off. So I'm going to have to redo that. Oh, let's get on it. Oh wow, look at this. That's a cloud. This is a cloud. Neat. What are you sniffing, Porky? Here is a drop trap that I made out of the bread box. Absolutely free with scrap materials. Works pretty good, but I only trained a couple of the birds to it, and the other ones don't really use it, so it's no use in having it open. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take it off and I'm going to attach it to my young bird loft. So because I live on a mountain, my birds generally come in from this direction here because there's a valley straight down the way. And it's pretty much the quickest path. So they usually come in between here, in this area, between these two trees to land. Right there. But now they're going to be coming and swinging around. And when they do, this is in the way. This is in the way. You can see the little loft there, and this is directly in the path. They'll be coming in from there, swinging this way, and then they have to get around this, and the landing board will be right there, and there's home. So I'm gonna get to limbing this guy up, and then eventually it's gonna come done. A lot of work though. Alright, end of day 3, and the majority of the work is done. Still got to do something about this roof permanently, but for the time being it's functional. Got up mesh. Whoop. Got our little door. Sorry, but my main lens is broken, so I have to use this super zoomed in lens, and it's really hard to get focused. I can use this really zoomed in lens, and it's hard to get focused. Alright, so there we go. There's that crazy bar that I was trying to remove, but just gave up on. It's fine. So all I've really got to do to get birds in here is put in my perches, put a latch on the door, and put my trap in. I'm also going to turn this into a landing board. So that'll be cool. Alright guys, see you tomorrow. Day 4, we should be wrapping it up. That was tight.
It was hung up somehow, dude.
Woo!
Perfect. Fucking got her.
Hey guys, day 4 of the loft build, and before we can get going, I'm gonna have to clean all this up, and it is gonna be a ton of work. So I'm gonna get on that as soon as I can so that I can get these down and get that loft finished up. It's gonna rain next week, so I might just see how the storm affects the loft before I put anyone in there, or who knows, I might throw them in if I get it done today. We'll see. But this is gonna be a lot of work. So, and I also have those 3 trees to pick up. So busy. Alright, all I've basically got left to do is to open up a hole for that trap, install the landing board, and put in the perches. And we should be ready to rock. It's getting late, but I finally figured out a perch design that I liked. I installed the trap, homemade from a bread box. This pallet is going to get a top on it. That's going to be my landing board. Roof is solid. Good door. Straightened up that wonky board. And I'm starting to put these in. Yeah, it's a little crooked because I tightened it too much, but I don't want to break it. So, it'll be fine. But these are just 6-inch wide fence boards. And I'm going to put them kind of in alternating fashion like that on the front and the back, so that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 perches available, and then plenty of floor space. Not bad. All this open sky. And this will be gone soon, and so will this. And I have a completely clear sky. We're getting there. As you can see, we took down the trees, but now I got to clean up the mess because this is really impeding my movement back here, and I've got some other stuff going on right now. This is probably one of my favorites. On the top shelf. Alright, you go back up, homeboy. This dude's a monster. He'll get you. You guys ready to come in? Come on. Night. So I need to be as efficient as possible. What I'm doing with a lot of the littler scraggly stuff is just putting it along this little berm here. Because as you can see, getting a significant amount of erosion from the dogs, and the dogs digging up the gophers' holes. So I'm going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'm just putting all the bigger stuff over here to make a new wood pile. I was thinking of getting the breeders out of here, but I think they kind of forced my hand. I'm just going to have to repair this before tomorrow, because lo and behold, this year's first chicks, eggs, ow, 2 eggs right off the bat, a little one and a regular one. Ow, dude, come on. And this one should have them any day now. Looks like they'll be staying in here. I'm just gonna have to make some modifications. Something to deal with this slop. And this is going out. Alright guys, this is it. I think I got everything done that needs to be done so that it's livable. It's still got, you know, some improvements to be made, but I can put some birds in here, which is what's important to me, because I want to get on to trap training my youngsters. So here I've got a landing board. I haven't screwed these down yet because I'm not sure on the final placement. It's got a little stowaway for their training crate for when they're training for the trap. Door's got latches and everything. It's much more solidly built than before. Plenty of floor space. I'll probably end up throwing sand in here. I got 12 perches in here. As you can see, they got kind of a funhouse mirror thing going on, but I like it. It's got a real wabi-sabi feel to me. You know, just the embracing the imperfect, the perfection of the imperfect. So yeah, here's where they're gonna land. They're gonna hop their way over here, hop down, go straight in, and the perches are made out of 6-inch pieces of. I ended up making the perches out of 6-inch fence boards because. Let me try this. I ended up making the, what are they called? Oh yeah. I ended up making the perches out of 6-inch fence boards because I wanted something that was big enough for them to kind of chill and have their own space on, but also not so heavy that if it fell down it was going to crush anybody or something like that. The other cool thing about these is I made it to where they are removable. So if they ever get heavily soiled, I can take them out, which is going to be nice. There are 12 perches, and that's probably the maximum number of birds that I would put in there. Even that is kind of pushing it, but for young birds I don't think it'll be much of an issue. What I'm probably going to end up doing is pushing my young birds through here in groups. Like the first, since I have 4 breeding pairs right now, I'm going to send half of those probably to the races. So I'll probably get 4 birds at the beginning and then a second batch of 4 birds, and then those I'll train. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. But yeah, 12 perches should suit my purposes though, because I only have 4 breeding pairs at the moment. Half of those are going to be going to 1 loft races. So you figure 4 for the first batch, 4 for the next batch, and 4 for the third. That's about 12 birds. And then I'll give them a rest and wait till the end of the season to go for the other 12. So this should be pretty good. And the best birds from here are going to go into the breeder loft. Since it's ready to go, I'm going to start getting the birds in here. Starting with, this is the smaller bird out of the two new ones. Very small bird. He's the first one in. Next up is number 97, the big boy from the last pair. He's actually shaped up to be a pretty nice, solid looking bird. Number 88, she's one of the birds that I trained out into town, so she's been out to 12 miles a number of times. Really nice little bird. Very pretty. This is number 94. He has a name. It's Pigpen. This is my dirty little bird. He's not the best flyer, but he gets home. This is number 82. I'm going to have to check my notes about him, to be honest with you. Really nice little bird. He's also trained. This is number 15. I'm almost certain he's a cockbird. He's really big, full of character, really strong, really solid bird. Big guy. That breast, that's all solid. Yeah. He's unmated, but yeah, pretty sure he's a cockbird, and a nice one at that. And that is the last of my unpaired birds. I'm still debating whether or not I want to send these guys up. There's been a lot of hawk activity here lately, but you know, I gotta get these birds trained, otherwise I won't know if they're worth keeping. Pretty good looking batch of whites though, I gotta say. Everybody's really healthy, really strong. There's 15. Yeah, he's definitely a cockbird. See him over there strutting. I think it's really interesting how diverse the phenotypes are within my lines. I could get a bird like Pigpen there that probably isn't more than 300 grams. And then you get a big old bird like number 15 back there who's got to be pushing 500-600. And yeah, there's the sexual dimorphism because he's a cockbird or whatever, but some of these birds do genuinely come out really small. And some come out pretty massive. So that's just interesting to see, especially when they come off the same parents. Wonder how long it's going to take them to figure out that there's perches in there. Oh, this guy looks like a cockbird too. Let me see whose ring that is. Let me see your little ring. Dude, I cannot see that for the life of me. Stop moving, I almost had it. Yeah, so it looks like 88 and 15 are almost definitely cockbirds. If they get paired up before my season gets going here, then I'll let them breed. But if not, then they're just going to fly with these young birds. They're looking up. No one's made the leap. Yeah, overall, I'm super happy with this build. Didn't cost me a penny. Didn't take too long. It's kind of fun to build. And it's got me super excited about this season. So, all in all, I'm one happy man. Training starts tomorrow, boys. Bright and early. You gonna fly out? He's thinking about it. This loft fared much better in the storm. Pretty solid. I like it. So yeah, I'm gonna put this guy in here and hopefully he can find himself a nice young white hen to pair up with, and then we can get some babies off of him. Hopefully he finds himself a nice white hen in here with the young birds and we can get him producing by this year. Still got to do something about this flooring situation though, because this plywood isn't really good for scraping, so I'm gonna have to probably put down sand or something else. I'll go get that probably tomorrow, but I've just been busy doing some side work at a ranch, so I haven't really had time for my guys, but I'm back now, so time to get stuff done.
Can't bring my camera out here, but as you can see, last night's storm was insanely brutal. Took down a bunch of stuff, but it did not take down the new loft. And look, they figured out that these are perches finally. Sweet.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.